Well, after a 10-race program at Sha Tin on Monday afternoon, we're on the quick backup and we're back at Sha Tin on Wednesday night for 8 of the best, this time on the All Weather. Welcome along to a Racing to Win, a preview show for Hong Kong racing. I'm joined by Paul Lally and Nick Child to dissect the meeting coming up Wednesday night. And Nick, what are the highlights coming up?
Oh, there's plenty of them, Tom. Yeah, looking forward to it as well. I mean, it's a case of horses for courses. I think King Shield getting back to the races on the all-weather is going to be a big draw, plus a few last start winners as well. So looking forward to them.
Paul, any jackpots to speak of?
No, there's no jackpots here, but we normally get a couple coming out of the meeting because we sometimes get some strange results. And the last race looks really good, a really even race to finish off.
Just quickly on this all-weather track as well, the last meeting we saw on the all-weather track, Paul, it was very much leaders on the rail that were dominating on that day.
Yeah, look, there was, wasn't it? So, look, we've got to take that into account when we're doing the form because it was really pace-orientated, leader-orientated, and horses at the back just didn't get into the race meeting at all.
Yeah, certainly. Frankie Law's been a man that's just rolling on the crest of a wave at the moment in terms of his stable runners. Look, he's had 4 winners in terms of his all-weather season so far from 20 runners, Paul striking at 20%. Yeah,
so he's going really well at the moment. He's got a good book as well. He's got plenty of chances as well. I mean, all 5 of those horses I've got in my numbers, Elites, King Shield, Everyone's Victory, Infinite Power and When You Believe. I think they're all decent chances on Wednesday night.
Yeah, and certainly he's teaming up pretty well at the moment, Nick, with a certain Harry Bentley.
Yeah, he certainly is, Tom. He's got a bit of a good rapport going on, hasn't he, with Harry? And he seems to suit his horses. He's got that sort of vigorous style, Harry, and it seems to suit the ones that he's been riding.
Yeah, Frankie's team absolutely firing on all cylinders at the moment. Let's have a look at what we've got coming up at Sha Tin on Wednesday night for you for the all-weather fixture, a program of 8 races, and it is meeting number 32 of the season. As I mentioned, all 8 races on the all-weather track. Weather forecast, well, it should be a little warmer than it was on Monday at Sha Tin, and we've got the 8 races with the first underway at 7:15. We're focusing on race 2, the Class 1, the Photon Handicap over 1650, and race number 8 on the card, which is a Class 3 race over the 1200 metres. Let's have a look at the field for the second race, the Class 2 contest. And, well, King Shield at the top of the weights here was a winner 2 starts ago, was back on the turf last time out. That wasn't there for his liking last start. Will Power stepping up to the 1650 metres. California Deep Shot hasn't been running bad. Telecom Fighters, Silver Express with the Rock, who's come up the early favourite, and Red Desert certainly probably looking for more of a race over 1200 metres rather than a race over the 1650 metres. Time to look at the speed map for this second race coming up, the Photon Handicap. And the pace here, Paul, Nick, predicted to be good with the King Shield, no doubt trying to roll along in front.
Yeah, he certainly will be, won't he? He loves to go and lead, and that's where he's been running his best races. So he'll certainly put himself bang there on the pace. Obviously, Telecom Fighters, another one there who led last time and weakened behind Farfar, but both of those will certainly want to go forward.
Yeah, they do. Well, I think Silver Express coming to the service for the first time will take us. So the question mark a little bit, I suppose, is the Rock, because he's got blinkers on for the first time. I just wonder how much that's going to fire him up.
So pace predicted to be good for the second race, the Class 2 over the 1650 metres. The King Shield was a winner on the surface and over course and distance 2 runs ago, got to the front and dominated. Let's hear from his trainer, Frankie Law.
Frankie, King Shield will line up on Wednesday night, very much an all-weather specialist. I imagine you're looking forward to getting him back on the dirt.
Yeah, usually the top rating horses not much over the track race for him, so need to really carefully to race in this race. You got a good draw this time. Inside have 1 or 2 horses maybe a little faster than him. If he can lead by himself, it will be much better.
And just obviously on that fact, he is a horse that does like to go forward, and he clearly shows all his best form from the front on the all-weather.
Yes. If he can lead in front, should be better. But sometimes it depends by the race. Maybe some horse will try to lead.
And just out of his last run, Frankie, obviously that was on the turf. He was obviously well beat, but under a surface that we know that he doesn't go as well on. How has he been since then? You've been happy with his track work and so on?
Yeah, I think everyone knows that on the turf is a different horse. So, but you know sometimes you need to raise him or trial him. So I race once and trial once and just keep his form. So happy with the form, yes.
And just on the back of Monday afternoon, you took the last with All Beauty, so it certainly keeps the ball rolling for you. Nice to get another winner.
Yes, I think everyone knows my boss are quite strong. He always chasing me, so I need to try hard.
Frankie Law, his team are going exceptionally well at the moment. He has King Shield engaged here, guys. Look, is his Class 1 record a concern? He's never been able to win in Class 1 before, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit, isn't he? He sort of went off the boil. He looked like he was going to go right. Well, he was sort of one of our best all-weather horses. He really went off the boil last season, but he did come back and beat the Rock last time. It was a nice win, I thought, from him. It's just whether he can go on with it now.
Absolutely. I mean, his record obviously speaks for itself. He's won half of his starts over the course and distance as well. He likes to lead, and he's looked ultra dominant, hasn't he, on the surface? So good to see him back on it, but the class record is a concern.
Yeah, and there's a few strong challenges in the race as well. Small but select field going around into this particular race. A few of the rivals, California Deep Shot here with Red Desert and Willpower. And Nick, I guess with Willpower, up and trip certainly is interesting here because we've seen him to best effect over the 1,200 metres.
Yeah, and you know, when looking at the race, Tom, I thought he was definitely an interesting runner, clearly, because he obviously loves this surface, doesn't he? He's won 6 times on the all-weather, but yeah, the trip was the slight concern. Good run here from California Deep Shot, I thought was good there, picking off lengths late, but yeah, Willpower's interesting up over more ground.
We continue previewing the Class 1 over 1,650 metres, and we look at the last start winner, and that is the Silver Express, who was too good for them, Paul, in the Chevalier Cup. He was able to get up really handy and to perform exceptionally well here, but it might have been a different sort of finish at the end if Excellent Proposal had got out. Yeah,
he didn't get out, did he? But look, the horse did everything right. He got into the right position. He went away. He won really nicely. Look, he's coming to the different surface now. He used to do things wrong in his early start of his career, but he's matured a little bit, this horse. From barrier 3, he's trialled well on the surface. I think he's going to be tough to beat.
He certainly does look like he comes into the race with strong form, doesn't he? And yeah, you can't help but like him, really. He's obviously got a nice upward trajectory to his profile, and I think he's got some more to give still.
Yeah, and he's always been a horse that seems to have performed well in the mornings on the trials with his all-weather runs, and we can see one of them here now with him on the outside of Majestic Star here, who goes around later on in the program, as too does Transcendent. This would look a pretty good trial, Nick. It
certainly was, Tom. Yeah, I mean, I think he's improved with all of his all-weather trials. And what I like about this one is that they've had a really good hit out the front too. They've pulled a little way clear of the third, and Wagner Borges obviously knows him very well. And I think, look, if any man can switch them from turf to all-weather, it's John Size.
Yeah, look, he's only had the 7 starts in Hong Kong, so he's a lightly raced 5-year-old as well. He's quite progressive, I thought, still, so there's still upside with him for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So a number of informed horses in the race, and there's a couple in it that probably are going to find the 1650 a little unsuitable. Yep. Which way did you go, Paul?
Yeah, I went for Silver Express. I just think this horse is, as I said, he's quite progressive. I think he can go ahead and win this race. I like his trials in the service. King Shield, look, you look at his class record, it's 7 zip. But he did win off an extended rating band, off a rating of 100, so he can do it. There's no worries with him. The Rock, he's got this blinkers on for the first time, so that will sharpen him up, and he did run nicely last start. And Red Desert, look, again, 1650 might be a little question mark, but he has run third off it before at a lot higher rating as well. So 5, 1, 6 and 7 for me.
Yeah, I've gone with King Shield here in this Class 1. I know his record in the grade is not overly flash, but I think he's good enough to win it back on the all-weather, and I think he's been well prepared. Silver Express goes into second. I think he's very promising indeed going forward still, and it gives him options if he can run as well on this surface. The Rock goes in. His runs over the course and distance have been very good without winning, and California Deep Shot makes it in for me as well. 1, 5, 6 and 3.
Yeah, I think Silver Express will be tough to beat over the trip of 1,650 metres, but certainly a watch on the Rock. Course and distance for the Rock, 2 starts for 2 placings. That's race number 2, the Class 1 Photon Handicap over 1,650. Before we go to a break, don't forget you can get onto the Hong Kong Jockey Club's website, hkjc.com, to find a preview of each and every race coming up Wednesday night at Sha Tin. Click on the audio and video section and they are all there for you. Back after the break with a look at the final race.
Come join us for a lucky start on January the 1st at Sha Tin Racecourse.
Yes, a big betting bonanza coming up at Sha Tin on Saturday for New Year's Day, Paul, and there's always some healthy jackpots going forward there.
Yeah, there always is. It's always a good start, and hopefully he can win a few and start the season off well. And some good racing as well. The Group 3, the 1,000 metres, looking Master 8, Side Success, Hong Kong Win, Computer Patch, Keep You Warm, Valiant Dream and Super Wealthy. So that looks like it's going to be a good race.
Yeah, we've got another Group 3 race as well, Nick, the Chinese Club Challenge Cup. That's over 1,400 metres.
Yeah, looking forward to both of them, of course. Obviously, those names that Paul just reeled off there for the sprint. I mean, Master 8, looking forward to seeing him back in action. And yeah, great way to start the year.
Certainly will be. So an 11-race card coming up on Saturday at Sha Tin for New Year's Day. Let's look at the final race coming up at Sha Tin. It is Class 3, an extended rating band here of 85 to 60. And at the top of the page is Sha Tin, who is a course and distance winner. Gold Chest comes to the all-weather for the second time. Gunnarson's won 2 of his last 4 starts. Manstar's a 3-time course and distance winner. Transcendent tries the all-weather for the first time, and When You Believe was runner-up last time out. Joe Moreira rides this time round. Majestic Star onto the all-weather for the first time as well. Elon's been racing exceptionally well. Super Dobbins coming back from an irregular heart after his last start has trialled okay since. And towards the bottom, good old Mega Heart, a 4-time winner. 3 of them have been course and distance. Time to have a look at the speed map for the final race coming up at Sha Tin here, Nick. And as they jump, When You Believe looks like he's going to find the front.
Yeah, he's drawn in gate number 8, so he'll want to try and go forward. Obviously, quadruple double also has got plenty of pace, and Super Dobbin. There's a few here, Paul, that do like to get back. The Inform Elon and also Mega Heart will also be out the back there somewhere.
Yeah, they're reliable to go back. I think Gold Chest from his wide draw will go back as well. Sunset Watch, another one, goes back. And Gunnarson was a good win from him last time. He sat midfield. I think he'll sit midfield once again.
Okay, the speed there for the final race. Manstar's a horse that is certainly in form at the moment. He's a 3-time winner, course and distance. He's trained by Jimmy Ting, and his jockey this week is Karis Teaton.
Karis, Manstar is a horse that you know very well, and you're back on board him Wednesday night.
Yeah, it's good to be back on him, and of course he goes into a race where it's suitable for him to maybe be competitive again, and really happy to get back on him.
And you've won 3 from 6 on board this horse. Have you had a chance to ride him since you last sat on him?
Haven't had a chance to ride him track work, but you know, of course, Jimmy did say that the horse is going well and everything is good. The horse is fit and ready, so I've of course keep in touch with what he's doing. But you know, going forward, I know him pretty well, so yeah.
He's got form around Gunnarson, who you take on again as well, so that's obviously a key component. From barrier 3, where do you sort of see yourself settling in the run? Of
course, the barrier will be helpful for him. I've won on him before a few times with the outside gate, and I think the good draw will definitely help him. You know, of course, like I said, I feel he's in a race where he can be very competitive. Of course, there's a few horses we need to respect, but he comes to a good race for him.
And just the race he came through last time as well, that's a pretty strong one. I mean, Sight Success won it. He's won 3 this season, so it all just looks to tee up quite well for him this time around.
Yeah, of course, you know, he went up class, but then he had to run with some stronger horses. So, you know, that tested him a little bit, but he still ran a nice race. He wasn't too disappointed, so like I said, I'm just looking forward to riding him now.
Well, hopefully you can improve that already good record.
Yeah, of course, I will just try to win on him again and keep that good record.
Manstar looking to add another win, course and distance to his record here in Hong Kong. Let's have a look at that race once again, and as we see them here on the touch screen, you've got Sha Tin out wider there. Towards the inside, you've got Manstar, and the other one in this race is that we're looking at also there. Just those 2, in fact, as we see them go here, Paul. Sha Tin's a horse that has carried a big weight in the past, but he does have to lug 133 here. Yeah,
he does. Look, he's going to get his opportunity, though, from barrier number 2. The horses are winning from the front here. Look, he stayed on really nicely, Sha Tin. It was a good run from him. I thought Manstar was good. He comes back into this extended rating band, which should suit him as well. He's a 3-time winner over the on the all-weather as well. So I do like both these horses.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to like, actually, about Manstar. I think he looks ready to nearly win again, and obviously the right man's been booked, Karis Teaton. So, yeah, look, both of them run very well that day, Tom, but I think Manstar getting back to this level looks a big player.
Yes, Jimmy Ting's stable going exceptionally well at the present time. Righto, looking at the next horse here, this is When You Believe. Now, he's in the cheek pieces. This was his first up assignment last start. He ran really well. Elon behind there, just caught in traffic. You've also got Gunnison, who's in terrific form at the moment. Recent couple of wins for him. And right behind them is Sunset Watch. How do these ones here, Paul, line up?
Yeah, look, I don't mind When You Believe. I mean, this was his first run on the all-weather surface. He'd run on wet tracks in Australia before he got here and run really well on them, won 3 races. So he's got here, he's got onto the all-weather, and he was just slingshot late, wasn't he? He looked like he was going to win the race. So, look, he's a major chance for me. I think he'll go forward from his draw as well.
I think he will, yeah. I mean, look, Zach, as you could see there in that replay, didn't really move on him till late on, and the form has been franked. Elon 5th has won since, and Gunnison, he ran 7th. He's won since. So if the form's strong for any of these horses, it's certainly When You Believe.
Yeah, good strong finish there with 4 of them across the track. Speaking of Gunnison, you mentioned him, Nick. Well, he was back in the field here, covering a bit of ground too with Gunnison on this occasion. He's in the race with Mega Heart, who's a long way back, but always looks to run on, does Mega Heart. And the other one here is Quadruple Double. You can see him just sandwiched between runners there is Quadruple Double. And last start, there was actually quite a bit of money for Quadruple Double.
There was, yeah. There was plenty of support for him. He was into 7.8 in the end. But I mean, you can't fault the way that this horse has won. Gunnison, he's had a busy year. This will be his 8th start, and he's already won a couple. And I mean, just the way he knuckled down here, Tom, to go and win the race was very good. So a lot to like about it. And Mega Heart, well, he's down off a lowly weight, Paul, and perhaps wouldn't shock if he fronted up and run to his best form.
Yeah, exactly. He was a little bit disappointing here. I thought he didn't. We saw a little bit more of a tenor foot from him, but a great win from Gunnison. It's whether he could put 2 together now as an older horse. He's a 7-year-old, and he's a small horse, so he's getting up in the weights as well.
He was able to wear them down over the final stages. There was Gunnison taking his record now to 4 wins from 49 starts, 3 of them course and distance. Another runner to highlight here, and we're looking at the Pan Sutong colours here with the gold chest. And Gold Chest comes into this race, Paul, first time in the grade. He's tried the all-weather on one occasion.
Yeah, he did. Look, I just don't know if he's totally suited by the all-weather. He ran 5th when he had that one start. Tony Bacone did ride him. But look, he's drawn wide. He'll get back. Look, I think he'll be finishing off. I just don't know if this is the right race for him.
Yeah, the grade drop's going to suit. Obviously, the winner there, obviously a very good one, as we all know, Master 8. But as you say, jury's out a little bit, I think, on the all-weather at this stage. Just one run, probably too early to sort of rule him out on the surface.
Yeah, he was beaten 4 lengths there. Of course, Master 8, Nervous Witness, Hong Kong win, all in that race there with Gold Chest. The final replay we're looking at here. Now, this is Majestic Star. He's down on the inside here. We saw this replay earlier with Silver Express. The other one we want to highlight out here is Transcendent. Nick, these 2 runners here. Majestic Star, he does interest me a lot with his trials that he brings into this.
Yeah, he has to, I think, doesn't he, Tom? I mean, he's interesting in that regard. First run on the all-weather, as you say, he's had a really good hit out here on the surface. So all-weather debut, he's drawn gate 4. That's obviously going to aid his cause as well. And with the other horse, Transcendent, he's obviously another one down in grade. So that's going to be a big plus for him. Yeah,
look, this horse here, Majestic Star, did win on the synthetic at Ballarat before he got here as well. So he's obviously quite well suited to it. He's a Happy Valley winner last season. It's a strong race he's come into. He just was on the cusp for me. I didn't quite make it in.
Yeah, so there's some seasoned horses going around in this race. Some trying the all-weather for the first time. Paul, who made it into the top 4?
I'm going to go with Manstar. I like the extended rating band for him. Manstar is a 3-time winner as well over the course and distance. Zarsan's been racing really well. That When You Believe was a good run. And I just put Elon in for 4th ahead of Majestic Star. He's just a really more seasoned at this stage of his campaign and is a winner on the surface. 4, 1, 6 and 9.
Yeah, I've got the 4 on top as well here, Manstar. I like the fact that Carice is booked, and I think he looks ready to nearly win again. So he'll do for me in the last. Hopefully he can get his head in front. When You Believe him for 2nd, whose form has been franked in no uncertain terms. Zarsan goes in as well, and I frame Gunnison, who's ultra consistent. 4, 6, 1 and 3.
Yes, a very competitive final race to bring the curtain down at Sha Tin on Wednesday night, but I think Zarsan can win, but a good shout as well for When You Believe, who comes into this race 2nd up. Righto, Paul, of the other races on the programme, what are you fancying through the night?
I thought Run Good could go well. He's run 2nd in his last couple of starts here early on in the card, race number 1. Yes, we can. He couldn't get into the race last time at all from his because he gets back the running style that he does do. Lucky Victor, I think he can lead and will go pretty well here as well. Don't mind a horse called Fiery Diamond. He's running pretty well recently. He's only had the 2 starts, and his first run on the all-weather I thought was very good as well. And Ultra Express has been very consistent on the surface.
Okay, Paul's thoughts through the course of the evening at Sha Tin. Who have you singled out as the best in the long shot, however, Paul?
I'm going to go with Fiery Diamond. I just think he's only had the 2 starts. He's quite progressive. Ran down the straight 1,000, was good, then came onto the surface, ran really well. Ruin Mide, he does ride this track pretty well, the all-weather. So race 6, number 5, Fiery Diamond, and run the table. He's by an American sire, this horse. He's coming to the surface for the first time. He's a last start winner down in grade. He comes up in grade now, and I think coming up in grade onto the surface, he can run well at a price. And we'll do the play in Fiery Diamond's race with Moridaki and Fortune Happiness 2, 5 and 12 QQP.
Yeah, I've gone with Everyone's Victory as my best. Harry Bentley takes the ride. I think the race can pan out to suit him well. It looks like there'll be a bit of tempo on. He's a horse who gets back. He's drawn 12. And he'll be finishing off very strongly. So race 6, number 3, Everyone's Victory for me. The long shot, race 3, number 4, Victorious Seeker. Derek Leung's been riding very well at the present time. Paul O'Sullivan trains. He's got plenty of form on the board, and he should be suited here. And the play, I've gone race 6 with the QQP there, 3, 12 and 5.
Best for me comes up in the final race. We'll go with Zarson. So Harry Bentley on the board again. This one for Ricky Yu, had a winner on Monday at Sha Tin. Look, he boxed on okay last start. Has carried weight in the past, but does have to carry top weight here. And Beauty Fit coming on to the all-weather for the first time. Pacifiers go on. Didn't mind his recent trial. They did run slow time in that, but I think he's interesting there. He's in the play in race number 7, horse 2, Beauty Fit, with Ultra Express and also Infinite Power. That's a Wednesday night fixture, Paul, at Sha Tin, 8 races, and we know the all-weather races, they can be a bit tricky sometimes.
They can, can't they? We always seem to get a few upset results throughout the card.
Yeah, we certainly do. And Nick, after this, we head to Sha Tin on Saturday for an 11-race bonanza.
We certainly do. Looking forward to starting the new year, Tom.
Absolutely. That's it for Racing to Win here for Wednesday night. We look forward to having your company at Sha Tin.